What's the most outdated piece of tech you refuse to get rid of to this day? My Commodore 64 still works, but it's just packed away right now.
I also have almost all of my GPUs from previous computer builds going back to my first Voodoo card and Reva 128. The legendary Nokia phone, loved to play that Snake game on weekends. Old Reddit, it loads much faster than the new Reddit.
TI-83,
literally decades old from my high school days. Still works like a charm and still actively in use on my office desk. Several ThinkPads
and IBM machines from the early 2000s. My first computer, which was an AMD K2 rig.
My DVD player. I converted my extensive VHS collection to DVDs back in the early 2000s, and I'll be asked to convert it to Blu-ray or whatever the next technology is. I've had the same broom for 40 years. Only 12 new heads and 8 new handles in all that time.
I have a metal toaster from the 50s and will keep that thing going as long as possible. They don't make appliances that pretty anymore. My Game Boys.
Battle for the Middle-earth. An MP3 player that takes one AAA battery and has a slot for an SD card up to 32 grams, and every song
on there is banging. My Zunes.
I still use a manual can opener. I still have a 3D FX Voodoo 3000. Eventually I want to get it framed. My Sega Genesis still plays, and my Teddy Ruxpin. My 120GB iPod Classic. It still works, so why get rid of it? My IBM ThinkPad laptop. It runs Windows 2000. My family owns an Atari. My HP 48G graphing calculator.
My Morse code key. Not me, but overhead projectors are still used regularly in my school because they are more reliable than the beamers.
My record player. Nothing gives the same feeling as the nostalgic analog sound.
Realistic analog volt-ohm meter. Approximately 40 years old. I made it from a heathkit.
Winamp https://skins.revamp.org/. Not sure if you can call it tech or not, but I have a Swiss Army knife sitting on my desk that I got
for my 18th birthday. I'm 59 this year.
I will rock my iPod Classic until it doesn't work anymore.
My 1911 Singer sewing machine. It's not outdated, it's perfect.
I have an old Denon receiver for my home theater music listening.
The remote and volume knob are missing, but it works perfectly and sounds damn good.
My Game Boy Micro.
With my trustworthy velocipede I can get clear across the street in mere minutes. OCRT. Tamagotchis. My full-on analog toothbrush. Just can't make the leap to those pocket vibrators.
MP3 player. So much more convenient than having music on a smartphone.
Dedicated MP3 players with actual buttons.
My wife is a network administrator. They had someone that still used a Windows 3.11 machine, 2020.
I still have a working Apple IIE. Gooched porn from the 90s on VHS stuck in a portable TV.
My 2 booklets of CDs.
I can't stand the thought of the internet going away and losing all my music.
My home desktop computer still has Windows Vista. We have a newer laptop,
but we still sporadically use the old desktop.
I own a mechanical calculator and it still works perfectly.
My father used his Palm Pilot up until he died in 2009.
I remember having to get him a 9-pin to USB adapter.
I also still have my N64 and play from time to time.
A knife. Cassette deck. I use it for recording.
Maybe my PS2?
I still like getting down on some DQ8 or PS1 Breath of Fire games. Emulators are probably a better option now. But hey, I'll keep it as long as it works.
My GameCube.
Chinese finger trap. Pen.
Me. My Zune. Cast iron skillet. Fuck Teflon.
My hammer. The old phone from my great-grandma. I don't even know if this thing still works.
My 64-gig iPod. My PS2.
Slide rule and balance scale. I still have my NES smiley face.
My grandma's rotary dial phone.
I still use a Kindle too, which is almost 12 years old. The battery is almost dead. I think I'm going to replace it soon with a 10th gen Kindle with backlight. My dad's Game Boy DMG. Passed on to me.
It's not in mint condition or anything. And there are some dead lines on the screen.
But it works.
And it's fun.
Cassette rewinder for my VHS roulette. My non-electric toothbrush works great.
Don't forget to share, like and subscribe for more content.